We turning convicts into converts in my concerts. Keeping the faith like a toddler, I spit a song verse. God is the one who I honor, you surrender, I was the monster. Death is the one who we conquered, now I'm chosen, check the roster. Takes care of me like the foster, God's a sponsor. Jezebel, I don't need her, I don't like her, and I don't want her. Devil was causing some havoc, instead of my mind it was tragic. I had my sin, had to bag it, gave it to God, let him have it. Yeah, I'm stuck in some traffic, so devil just go out and back up. Stay out of my life, back up. I got it on me if we act up. We got the win, you can't do nothing to change that. I gain this wealth and lose my soul, I'd rather never gain that. Death is dead, death is dead. I'm washing the blood, I'm red. Death is dead, death is dead. In him we have a friend. On the third day, death died. He rose, we rise. On the third day when death died. Our God, our amazing God, He reigns in heaven above with love and power. God above is an awesome God. Yeah, not from the whip, but I pray for the wicked. Thought about the cause when I committed. Thought about the love, she should be so addicted. I'm at the silly, but still get convicted. I made him jelly, then made him a jam. Son to the beat, got me sniffing, I'm sick. Down to the river, then dipped in the liquid. Was so quitted, now I'm just Christian. Death is dead, death is dead. I'm washing the blood, I'm red. Death is dead, death is dead. In him we have a friend. On the third day, death died. He rose, we rise. On the third day when death died. Our God, our amazing God, He reigns in heaven above with love and power. God above is an awesome God. Our God, our amazing God, He reigns in heaven above with love and power. God above is an awesome God.
Chosen. Shit. Hey. One foot in front of the other, I'm thugging. Rapping about Jesus, they feel like I'm bugging. Open the spirit, my face be mugging. Shooting at demons all day, we slugging. I don't do drugs, don't bring no plug-in. High in the spirit, only time I'm drugging. Bringing them back into 2011. This beat got me swinging my arms like I'm dugging. I'm in it dugging. Jesus walk with me, I call him my buddy. I want the day, not the night like I'm Cuddy. Suit up for war, cause this battle get muddy. Bloody, lining them up, I'ma study. Fresh out the tomb, so I know he on crunch time. We go to war for the Lord, that's the fun time. I got a water these seas, call it pump time. Jesus the light, but in heaven he's sunshine. They said I'm hiding, but I'm in the front line. He don't know where they come get me like one time. I'm in the passenger seat, I'm a dumb mind. Demons, they always be scared when it's slump time. Freestyle chopsticks, bobble like a drum line. Not some angels around me, they combine. Walk in the spirit, got peace, you can come find. Call on the Lord, he be here in just no time. Living in spirit, my house not here. I'm from the kingdom of heaven, I'm dear. I'm on a mission to tell you he near. He walking with me, I give him my fear. Never lost soul, get saved, they cheer. Walk on the water, don't walk on the pier. My family chosen, my sister is here. When he start speaking, just open your ear. I talk to Jesus, we stay on the phone. I know he God, but not tell me I'm wrong. He is the way, it cannot be a clone. He coming back, see me now, then I'm gone. Feeling like David killed demons with stones. I threw my pipe in the lake, it was chrome. I'm in a world where I do not belong. I lift my hands because
I'm coming
home. Better get turned when they play this song. Verses from heaven, they flow through my dome. Fresh in the spirit, I don't even long. Think about my past, I'm surprised I'm alive. Went through the sewer, asked God, I'm like, why? He had a plan that seemed like we was going the wrong way. Now you see where we at in the sky. Jesse run up on me, hit her with bye. I need a wife and the devil a lie. I'm not a lie no more, I had to die. Now I can breathe and I don't gotta fry. This walk ain't easy like piece of a pie. To be bold like a lion, not shy. We with the body of Christ, I'm a warrior. He got the cape and I'm right on his side. Put on my armor, I put on my coat. Jesus the king and he don't need a vote. I gave my heart to the truth, I'm afloat. When it get heavy, he breaking the yoke. Not going backwards cause I'm trying to grow. Growing progressive, I'm digging this flow. Grab me a demon, then kick out a dough. I'm with the one that I want you to know. I'm with the one that I want you to know. Jesus the king and he don't need a vote.
Yo, sorry. Hit the mic there a couple times dancing. Put my head down on the God. How are y'all doing today? Welcome, 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 welcome. Today's October 23rd. This is episode number 9 of Jesus and Mohammed IRL live show. If you've tuned in before, you know exactly what this is. If you haven't tuned in before, I'm about to tell you. So, why did I start Jesus and Mohammed? Well, I wanted to get this message out there, but not coming from a place of authority, right? Don't ever let me be an authority in your life. And don't really give anyone authority in your life. Only give that authority to God. And how do you get to God? You got to go through Jesus. How do you know that? Because that's how you get there. Until you go through that door, you won't know. You'll know, you can feel the presence of God. You can see God's miracles, right? But until you decide to go through Jesus, you won't find him. Or at least I haven't found a way. And maybe you can enlighten me on how you did. And we can talk about that. But Jesus and Muhammad is, I went to God and he said, hey, here I am. Enjoy all this. It's for you. Enjoy this basically video game, which is what we're living in. And we can, that's putting it in layman's terms. You are living a life. All of this is very real. To sound like Morpheus on purpose in the Matrix, your mind makes it real. Literally. And the mind of God is the mind of Christ. And that comes out through your heart. And that's what you're creating. And so my son, I have 2 beautiful boys and a girl. My son asked me the other night, we were talking about prayer. He's like, well, why do we have to pray? And I was like, well, let's just do it. And then you'll see why. And he said, okay, let's do it. And I said, step number 1, you close your eyes. Go to your innermost room. Shut the door. Remember, the word became flesh. These are words of Jesus. And what you'll see back there and what you'll see behind your eyes and in your mind, you have a third eye, your pineal gland in the middle there. And through your pineal gland, it is literally a third eyeball, but it's inside your head. And in there you can see a whole different realm, multiple realms. And this is your imagination, the intangible realm. And here you can create any reality you want for your physical self to live in. And then he asked me the most important question. How do I know I'm going to the right place? And that's why we pray. Because so many times, me for myself, I'll say me, we, us, you, but what I really mean is for myself, because this is only my experience outward, and hopefully this message is coming to you. It's your experience outward. Hey, I found this guy Muhammad, and he's talking to me about Jesus, right? And I believe the Prophet Muhammad did that too in the Quran. He talked about Jesus, Hazrat Isa. And so many things are familiar. That's actually where I found Jesus. And when people are like, well, how did you find Jesus? Or how did Jesus find you? And I'm like, well, he found me in the most obvious place for Muhammad to find Jesus, in the Quran. That's what led me to him and on this path. So let's get back to prayer and going through Jesus. And so when my son, he asked me, how do we know that we're going to the right place? And that's what prayer is. You pray. You go to God and you ask him for those things that are important. And who teaches us how to ask and what to ask? Well, no other than, you guessed it, Jesus. Jesus teaches us. And if my sound sounds like it's cutting out a little bit, I do apologize. I'm working with the new audio gate where it doesn't pick up any of these background clicks and taps, and I noticed that was happening on some other streams. But I digress. We got a lot to cover today. I got a little bit of time. Man, it feels good to be here. It feels good to be with you. And we talked a little bit about prayer right now to kick off the stream. And I think what's best is we just go to prayer. Remember, right now, I'm just praying for us in this moment. I am not teaching you how to pray. If you want to take some, and that's what this show is, right? So you're going to take a little bit, you're going to leave a little bit, you're going to chat in, we're going to get to your chats, we're going to put it all together. And this is just learning. So this is a study group that you can do for an hour every day. You can jump in, we talk about the word, we use a little AI, we talk about science, we talk about who I am, who you are, and where we're headed. And this is a group, call it your mastermind group, call it your Bible study group, call it, hey, just this crazy show called Jesus and Mohammed I tune into for an hour every day. Mondays and Tuesdays, we go live at 4:40. Everything I'm going to give you is Central Time. I'm in Austin, Texas. So Central Time, 4:45, Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays, we do a morning show, 9:45. We switch it up a little bit, give people a chance to watch us in the morning. And then Thursday, we do a 4:45 show. And then Friday, we push it back a little bit further into the evening, right? You want to wind down from your week, just tune in for an hour, get a little word in, get a little discernment. That's really what this show is. It's discernment. Like, how are you going to find meaning, and how are you going to find a little bit more deeper of a dive? And what's really important is where can you communicate in? And so ways that you can communicate in, you can drop into the chat. You got a question, you got an answer, you want to come live on stream, hop in the chat. We'll bring you live on stream. And I won't go any further than that as far as what this is. If you've tuned in before, you know. If you want to keep knowing, keep watching. We're only going to go for an hour, right? And if you ever want to tune out, you can tune out. But right now, we're going to go to prayer. We're going to talk about what this episode is, what we're going to talk about today. Again, like I said, we'll go to the words. We'll go to AI. We'll talk. Remember, AI is not an authority. We only use it as a tool. It is not the answer. It's a summary of all the answers on the internet. Makes it easier to get to finding those points, but we will go to sources when we have to. And if you take issue with anything that we're doing here, you have two options. You can chat it in, or you can bounce. Maybe we're just not on your frequency, right? And if this isn't for you, see ya. If you do want to stick around and know a little bit more about who we are, what we do, happy to have you, happy to grow this community. And okay, let's do it. I'm rambling, I talk. I'm going to keep, that's the point of a show, right? Just to keep talking. But today, I'm going to go ahead, go to prayer, and then we'll talk about rinse and repeat. Dear Heavenly Father, you came to us in Jesus' name, and so now we come to you in his. We ask for your light to light up the darkness, to light up the shadows, to dispel fear, and to show us your way, your purpose for us in life, your purpose for us in this moment, and your purpose. We want to see your purpose, God. And as we walk in your light into this world, we clearly see what matters and what doesn't matter. We let go of the things that don't serve us, and we move closer to you and allow you to push us further into the future, into that reality we want to see every day. We love you. We bless you. We forgive you, and we ask that you love, bless, and forgive us. We are grateful for everything and every opportunity, and we know you're grateful for us. In Jesus' name, we praise you, God. We worship you, God. And we live for you, God, the Creator. Amen. Ooh, it's easy to get lost in prayer sometimes. So, it's also fun when you see, like, you start praying and you drop viewers. You're like, okay, we're getting people out that weren't supposed to be here. If prayer offends you or pushes you out the door, like, That's God's plan. But prayer entices you, then you're where you need to be. If you want to have this type of community and you want to be a part of us, we love to have you. You're here. I'm just leading it. I'm the moderator. This is really for you. I've opened up the door for you to join us. And as you join us, we're going to be talking about some cool things. We're going to be delving into things that are already known and things that are still unknown, because guess what? God created us in his image to create. So we're still creating. The world is not set in stone. It's set in this realm. Maybe it's set on earth, right? Like earth has a crust. If that crust is stone, is it set in stone? Who knows? Because Elon's trying to get off of it, right? It's set in space. Reality's set in space. We'll say that. It's not set in stone, it's set in space. Some point, somewhere, we're out here floating around in space. Don't at me, flat earthers and firmaments. We'll just call it space. I'm gonna start calling them firmaments. There's a firmament over the earth, if you didn't know. I'll call myself a firmament. I believe in the firmament. Maybe Doug's watching. Doug said he was gonna tune in, my good buddy Doug. And he loves to talk about that topic. So if he drops in here, you're in for a treat. Really excited to have him. If you want to drop in, go ahead and chat. But rinse and repeat. So it's all about getting in reps, right? We're on our 9th episode here. 9th episode of Jesus and Mohammed. Again, a couple of the episodes didn't make the cut exactly, so we took those out. They have been archived because we were having all kinds of technology glitches and those speed bumps and those hurdles. But that's a great metaphor for life, right? So those things are going to happen. If you're doing anything great, if you're doing anything worth doing, you're not going to get into it just knowing what to do. It's not all just going to work out on day one. God yourself is going to test you to see if you're capable of overcoming those challenges and speed bumps and how much you really want it. Is this really for you? How much are you willing to push? I'm not trying to get into motivational speaker and you. I'm talking to myself here. I'm literally looking at myself. And so I'm talking to me, right? Are you talking to me? Every day when you look at yourself, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are there things that you know quietly in your mind that are holding you back? Well, yesterday's episode, so sorry about the sound again. I would say go watch yesterday's episode 8, where we talk about time and letting things go. And for each one of these topics that we run out of time on, go figure, pun intended, right? So if we run out of time on something, yesterday we literally talked about time. We'll do a part 2 and a part 3 because my views, my opinions, I'm not an authority. They're not set in stone again. They're set in space, but they can be changed. And I want people to change my mind, and I want to discern, and I want to learn, and hopefully you do too. And that's why you mix it up with your content, right? There's some content, hey, it's a podcast I got to listen to. I listen to it every week. This one's funny. This one's a gamer. This one is about sports. But where do I really kind of go for the word and discernment and spiritual growth? And I invite you to come grow with me. Now, there are some things I do know. There's some things that I've learned over the years that have brought me peace. And I'm here to share peace with you. How to find peace. How to find peace in chaos. How to ask for more chaos. When you ask for more money, when you ask for a wife, when you ask for kids, when you ask for a house in a certain neighborhood, or you ask for a certain car, guess what? All material gifts come with chaos. And that's what life really is about, is how much peace can you find in how much chaos, right? I don't have a yacht yet, but I see people who have yachts. I know people who have bigger houses, people who have planes to private jets. And with each material thing that you add to your life, you're adding that much chaos. And so if you keep adding all this chaos, rinsing and repeating your chaos, what are you doing to find peace? Who do you go to for your peace? Do you even have it? Do you want it? That's what this is. It's like, hey, let's figure out how to find peace. Let's dive into some topics philosophically. Let's have a conversation. Let's rest our egos. And let's go to God and the Word. And let's do that, right? Let's do a little bit of that today. Another thing that we do on the show, if you're new, if you're watching for the first time, is while I'm setting up for the next segment, I drop some fire tracks. Like if you were anything like me and you liked the right kind of hip hop and rap from the early 2000s, you know, that's why the show's kind of like me reaching out looking for other me's. So if this doesn't vibe with you, sorry, this show's not for you. Go find one that is. Find a church, find a group of friends, you may even have those things, but you also like this. But if you don't like this, go watch something else. This isn't monetized. I'm not going for views. I'm just here to find the others. So we love to have you if you're here. If this doesn't vibe with you, stick around. I'm sure at some point it will. But let's go ahead and drop a track, and I'm going to set us up for the next segment. We'll hop into the Word, and we'll go from there. Gotta throw the shades on every time I drop the music.
We still win. It don't matter, we still win. It don't matter, we still win. We still win. I took an L, but I'm still winning. We coming back, waiting till the last inning. My cup is overflowing, it's brimming. Trying to get closer to God and stop sinning. They call me crazy, I think that is fitting. Life was not fair ever since the beginning. Left me to drown, somehow I'm still swimming. Making a difference, you making a living. The 808 hidden and I'm choosing peace today. I think I stomped on the devil a couple of times. That might be how I creased the J's. This world is cold, so I built up a fire for Jesus, and I gotta keep the flame. It ain't about me, you can keep the fame, but I'm on the rise like Easter Day. I got this power in Jesus' name. Why would I worry what people say? Ay, it don't bother me at all. It's that clock up on the wall. I ain't stopping till I'm gone. Ooh, no sir. Don't care what I'm going through. Eyes on what I'm going to. Jesus, it is only you. I'm not accepted, but life is a blessing. If it was a crime to serve God, I'm arrested. They like to treat me as if I am less than, but every knee bowing, you're not an exception. Man, you in the reflection. It ain't about speed, I'm locked in on direction. I just say 10 people's lives with a studio session. Sometimes they like Mike, where'd you get that aggression? You Christians are so angry all the time. I call that spiritual anger. Ain't scared of nothing, I fear the creator. Deaf to the world, all I hear is the savior. I don't wanna hear nobody else. I got you if there ain't nobody else. Yeah, I took an L, but I'm still winning. We coming back, waiting till the last inning. My cup is overflowing, it's brimming. Trying to get closer to God and stop sinning. They call me crazy, I think that is fitting. Life was not fair ever since the beginning. Left me to drown, somehow I'm still swimming. Making a difference, you making a living. The 808 hidden and I'm choosing victory. I know some people that's deep in the streets, but they see what I do and they listening. I can tell what your heart's full of when you talk, man. You should stop being so quick to speak. Even a fool look wise if he just don't talk. What good is it if I got it all but people's souls lost? I gotta talk to God, man, we been distant. I've been posting 3 times in a day, I stay consistent. I've been talking about Jesus, not to him, and I miss him. It feel like my free time non-existent. I might need an assistant. I'm content and confident, his grace sufficient. Hitting people all around the world, pray I don't miss it. Young and I'm witty, this light inside of me light up the city. Who coming with me? We got a long way to go, but I know how it ends, man, we winning.
Awesome. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You were with us with the first segment. We kind of went through what this show is. We are live now. If you're watching this show after the fact, join us live because they're just getting better and better every time we go live. We're now about 30 minutes in. We're 30 minutes deep, 25 minutes deep. Sorry, be exact. I am currently just a one man band here in the studio, so I got all the screens going, trying to monitor chats, watch people coming in on different streams, whether it's ALM, whether it's YouTube, whether it's X, whether it's Twitch. But yeah, what is ALM, right? House of ALM. That's kind of the overall encapsulating thing of everything that we're going to be doing here. That's going to be a part of this stream is just kind of a reaching out and finding the others right now. Super basic, but we're going to grow, right? Like the music you just heard, going to be a playlist eventually that you'll be able to go and get on every streaming service. I think I'll probably knock that out this weekend actually. Should be easy to do, but I got things I got to do, right? I got my own family, my kids, my wife, my beautiful wife who gave me my wonderful children, keeps me super busy. Remember, like we talked about before the segment, everything that you add to your reality brings with it a level of chaos that you have to find peace in. And so, I have my own house, my car, my church, my friends, my own I would say chores that I have to do with all these things, the chaos that comes with the material. And so I'm working on this project called House of Alien. Let me show it to you. And we're super basic right now. This is going to be fun to watch in like 3 months, 6 months, a year, because even though there's very few people watching right now, I'm still acting like there's everybody here. This is what this show's always going to be, but it's also going to evolve. It's going to evolve in what it's supposed to be. And I'm super excited to get there. And I'm happy you're tuning in, whether it's live or whether it's after the fact. But just join us live. Live is so much more fun because we actually get to interact. You can chat in, and we can have, we can hold these conversations together. But until then, it's me talking, right? So let me show you what we're all about here. Give you the tour. All right, so houseofalm.com. What is houseofalm.com? I got 3 mice here. 3 mice, 3 keyboards, 6 screens, if you don't count my phone. Phone is my 7th screen. All right, so we are in it. We are in houseofalm.com. This is the website. Of course, right now, super basic. This is our logo. Beautiful logo. Happy the way it came out. We'll be filling in the logo with different designs and patterns, and but this is what I was feeling when we decided to launch. I launched ALM back in 2013, and what I wanted to do at the time, the technology didn't exist for, and now as the technology is coming into existence, as I've gone out and learned the lessons that I've needed to learn, now it's time to relaunch it. So this is the second time we're launching a Leaf Lawn Meme. The first time it had just come to me. I was still very immature in my spiritual life, and I needed to grow and make sure it was worth doing. So lo and behold, 12 years later, here we are. We're relaunched with the new meaning, new purpose, but same mission. Awesome. So, home of the Jesus and Mohammed IRL show, of course, here. You can hit us up on all of our socials, whether it's X or Facebook. Can't even stream live on Facebook anymore. Or not anymore at all, because we don't have 100 followers yet. It's still brand new. Oh, well. Of course, the YouTube channel, which is where you're watching. And then we have our Twitch channel as well. And look, there we are live. Whoa, that's super meta, huh? There it is. The infinite universe. They're going meta on them. Okay. Does it do that on Twitter? Let's see. Let's see if our Twitter live will do meta. It's too far behind. Anyways, YouTube, are we meta? Oh, YouTube's way behind. So if you're streaming, here we go. This is your hey, who gets the message first? Who's more live than the others? You're more live on Twitch, and then X it appears, and then oh hey, Christy hopped in the chat, said hi, said she loves me, loves everything, loves everybody, and we love you too, Christy. So welcome to the stream. So we're kind of just touring right now. We're gonna get to the word, but we want to talk a little bit about House of ALM, what it is, the brand. So right now, really, how you want to support us. Of course, we're big supporters of and proponents of crypto. Let's keep everybody else out of it. Let's just keep that between you and us. Wallet address. Hopefully you know how to use crypto. It is 2025. If you don't, you got to get onboarded quick. Maybe we'll just do a crypto episode one day just to help you get onboarded. But yeah, that's where we are. And you can donate XRP. You can drop us some Bitcoin. Over the weekend, I'll add a USDC wallet and drop it in the chat. If you have a specific wallet you would like to donate to us in, then if you just drop it in the chat, we'll add the wallet here. You can drop us some coin and we can grow and get bigger and better. And of course, a white paper. So this is the white paper. There'll be white papers. This is kind of get an understanding of who I am, what this is all about, what each mission is going to be that we're on. And to kind of give you a glimpse into it, we're going to be doing a lot of outreach and charity work where everything, all the profits for ALM, we're not set up as a non-profit, but you can kind of think of it like Tom's, right? We're a not-for-profit. So anything that we would have normally set up as profit for the company, we're going to go ahead and donate that. Everything's going to be trackable on the blockchain. So if you buy a $50, $100, $1,000, whatever we do sell, right? Whatever we end up selling, probably going to start out with clothing. As you buy those things, you're going to get an NFT attached with it. And the idea is when you have that NFT, you're going to be able to track where that money actually went. And it's going to be 50% of the purchase price. And it's going to go towards iPads for a school in South Austin, right? Or, you know, we're going to focus on the US space missions, but we are also going to expand those missions outside the US. I don't want to get ahead of myself on that. You know, we want to start local. We're going to start local and we want to grow. And we want to help you reach here locally in Austin, through Texas, then through the United States, then through North America, then South America, and the Western Hemisphere. And then if God willing, we can go to the Eastern Hemisphere as well. If we get that big and we can spread the goodness that God has bestowed in our lives to others, then that's what we want to do. So, but that's a quick tour. House of ALM. Check it out. Stay tuned. Visit it as often as you visit us here every episode. We might just visit every episode together, so you don't even have to worry about doing it on your own time. But House of ALM, that's where we are. That's what we do. And let's close all those tabs out. And I'm back. Man, we're just picking up viewers, more and more viewers. Let's go. This is what's super exciting about this, right? Like, I'm super hyped. Not that I mean, of course, I want a bunch of viewers, but I'm not looking for the views. I'm looking for live people who are in the now, right? In this now with us to have these discussions. And I see that viewer count growing, which is super exciting. Oh, it's even up on Twitter. Okay, let's go. Sorry, Elon. Sorry, X. Not Twitter anymore. Awesome. So next up we are going to dive into the word. I'll drop another track for you. We will talk, we will discern, and then we'll drop it out with another track. That'll be the hour. And I'm just having fun. Rinse and repeat, right? So we're going to be doing this every weekday. Every weekday, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays is a morning show. So Mondays, Tuesdays, 4:45. Wednesdays, we go at 9:45. All these times, Central Time. So Monday, Tuesday, 4:45. Wednesday at 9:45. We might have to make this into a song. Mondays, Tuesdays, 4:45. Wednesdays, 9:45 in the morning. Thursdays, we come back at you at 4:45. Remember, all of these are Central Time. And then on Fridays, 6:45. Probably shouldn't make this a song because this is just the schedule for October. November, I might switch it up on you. We're trying to figure out what time works for everybody who wants to be here, who can't get here. And so we're excited to have you here. Awesome. That all being said, hop in the chat if you like what you see. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over. We're going to hop into some of the word. Let's talk about it. Let's read some word. So finding peace, right? You have all these things in your life and you're looking for peace. So what does Jesus say about it? And Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And I like to use Bible Hub for these, right? Because Bible Hub's going to give us maybe one language interpreter, or in one language it means one word and it means another, and so we can find the commonalities, right? What's the common consensus of what that word means? Because we're not here to tell anybody they're wrong, but we're all just kind of looking for what's right for us. So I'll read through a couple different translations. I typically go over the "all ye that labor and are heavy laden," or thous and arts and stuff, you know. "Come to me, all you toiling." That's a good, like, labor, right? Clearly everybody else thinks it's labor. Weymouth New Testament thinks it's toiling. Different strokes for different folks. "Come unto me, all ye laboring and burdened ones." Kind of sounds like piratey. Come ye, come ye, come ye. I also like to look at kind of like what I say is the Aramaic, right? Because Jesus spoke Aramaic. And we're going to do a whole episode on this because people are like, well, you're Muslim and y'all pray to Allah. Like, Muslim, first of all, there's no Z in there. It's a Muslim. It's not a Muslim. We're Muslims. And Muslims pray to Allah. But and I'll go ahead, I'll get into it now. Let's get into it. This is something I have to explain to everyone. I might as well. I'm probably going to have to explain it on every cast we do. But here we go. All right. So let's picture this. Jesus Christ. The year is 32 AD, right? Or I don't know what the exact difference, like how old he was when he was preaching versus I know he died when he was 33. So here we go. This is fun. We're going to drop this into Grok. Man, these are fun, right? So let's have Grok give us the common consensus of how old was Jesus when he gave the Sermon on the Mount. And then we'll get back to Allah and the word Allah. He was approximately 30 to 30. See, we don't know. Like, we know he was 33 when he died, but he was between 30 and 33. So according to AI, so let's look at the different evidence that AI is pulling this from. Jesus himself was about 30 years old when he began his ministry, and the Sermon on the Mount occurs in Jesus' ministry shortly after he began calling disciples and performing. Jesus' ministry roughly lasted 3 years, with his crucifixion around the age of 33. Ministry begins at 30, shortly after Sermon on the Mount. Jesus was in his early 30s, most likely 30, 31. Okay, so that kind of, the reasoning makes sense there, AI, and we also have evidence to back it up from the Bible, from the Word. So, Jesus, you got young Jesus, right? He's about 30 to 31, 32, and he's talking to a crowd in front of Galilee, right? And what language did they speak in Galilee? I don't know if I spelled that right. Oh, here comes spell check. Primary everyday language was Aramaic. Now, they did speak Hebrew, right? And religious scholars and priests spoke Hebrew. And they spoke Greek and Latin. And this is, Jesus likely taught the Sermon on the Mount in Aramaic, the language of the Galilean crowds. All right. So he's talking to everyone in Galilee on the Sermon on the Mount. He wants them to be able to understand him. So when he says the word God, I wonder what word he uses. How do you say God in Aramaic? Allah, Allah, Allah. God of heaven. So God, Allah, my God, Ilahi. So before you start saying, well, Muslims, they praise Allah. Well, guess what the word was that Jesus probably used to describe Allah, God, source, the creator, to everyone in Galilee? Think he said God? He didn't say God. I'm going to burst your bubble right there. He didn't use the word God when he was on the Sermon on the Mount, or at least I don't think so. You can think what you want, and hopefully you find that entertaining, and hopefully that enlightens you, but we're not called Muslims, and Jesus said Allah. Most likely. We don't know. We weren't there, right? But God is still a powerful word. I'm not knocking the word God. God is how I'm explaining to you what we're both talking about. But different languages have different words, right? I mean, you know that. And it's so funny to me when people say, well, Muslims praise Allah. Guess what? So did Jesus. It's the same God. It's the same Father in heaven. And it's just a different word for it. And what you should be questioning is who taught you to think differently? Who taught you to think that they were not the same thing? That's who you should be questioning right now. And everything else that you've learned from them, you should question. I did. I questioned all the imams who taught me all the things that weren't right. And I went and learned them for myself. I went and picked up the Bible and learned about Jesus for myself. I went to church and learned about people who go to church for myself. Shouldn't you? Before you question, before you think you know the answer, well, go out and find it. I go to the mosque on Fridays, right? I go to church Wednesdays and Sundays, but I also go pray at the mosque. And just like there's churches that I've walked into and walked right out of, U-turn, not for me. There's mosques that I've walked into and walked right out of. But when you find your church, when you find the word that helps you understand and find peace, you'll find it there. Guess what? I found a mosque where I go when I don't go every Friday. I try to. But when I go on Fridays, And I hear the khutbah, which is what the teachings before Friday. Guess what? I found a mosque where my pastor could go and smile at every word that imam is giving, and my imam at the mosque could go and smile and agree with every word my pastor's giving, because it's the same God and it's the same message, and we are all vibrating on a frequency, and we get to choose. We get to choose what we see, what we hear, but we hear it here first, and then we go find the others. And now I'm glad you're here. Glad you're joining us. This has been, a fun experience. Got to, kind of went on a roll there. Now I'm checking in on the chat and seeing if people are here and how many viewers we have. And it's fun to see, as we're going through this, like I'm seeing who we're gaining, I'm seeing who we're losing. Sorry if we're losing you. Please come back when you're ready, when that frequency is right for you, when you're vibrating on that level. I use the words frequency, vibrate. I talk about manifesting. But again, these are all just semantics. I know these words can scare people, right? Just like the word Allah, Ilahi, God, source, creator, Muslim. These words can scare people. And the people who use them to scare you are targeting you with fear. And what is the opposite of peace? It's fear. Let go. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear stands for. I wonder what fear really means. We'll just say it's an acronym for false evidence appearing real. Probably come up with the one for peace. Purpose elevated and honored. No, that's P. Purpose elevated and established. Sorry. Purpose elevated and honored. Purpose elevate. I'm gonna work on this. I'll come up with a good one. Hopefully that made you laugh. Right? I don't know what I'm doing. I just know what I know. And I've opened up this space so you can share what you know. So drop it in the chat. So go back to the word here. Where were we? I went off on a tangent. Oh man, that's going to happen a lot. Hopefully that's entertaining to you. Hopefully if you have things to say about my tangents, you'll chat in about it. Be like, Mo, you're on a tangent. Get back to the word. So I'm going to drift back over here into the word. You have to be, to get these beginning lives done, especially when there's no one here. I think you have to be a little bit crazy because you have to talk to yourself. I have to talk to myself. And I always talk to myself in my head, but talking to myself out loud into sometimes 5 viewers, sometimes 10 viewers, and then back to 0 viewers. I'm like, am I crazy? Like, I'm not talking to anybody here. But I'm just talking because I need to keep talking. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And guess what? That vibration, that frequency is going to go out. And it's going to reach people. And people are going to start coming in. And then next thing you know, we'll have a community here. There'll be too many people. There'll be too many people. And I'll be like, there's too many people here. I used to be able to come on live. I used to get my chats read, and now I can't. We want that to happen, right? But right now is a chance. Get your word in. Chat at me. Ask me a question. Say what you got to say. Don't just run out of the room. You got something to say. If you don't agree with it, you don't like it, hit me up in the chat. This is your time. This is your chance. I'm watching. I see all the chats. They all come in Omni Chat and Riverside. If Riverside.fm. If you don't see, or if I don't see your chat, don't get mad at me. Blame Riverside. I do have the other streams open up over here, but I could miss them there. We're still figuring it out. Curly YouTube chat works because I can see YouTube chats. So if you're not getting your other chats in, again, don't run out of this room scared. Ask a question. Jump in the conversation. Don't have fear. Find peace. What did we say peace was? Purpose, elevated, always established. Okay, we're going to work on it. Awesome. All right. So, where are we here? Man, I forgot to drop a mid-track, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to pull back on my screen. All right. So, come to me, all you are weary and burdened. We're talking about going to Jesus, right? Because he's going to help us. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Take my yoke upon you. Take my yoke. Take my yoke. Everybody says it's called the yoke. But what does that mean? Take my yoke upon you. I think of an egg, right? The center point of an egg, a yolk. We're going back to AI. What does take... Remember, we're not giving AI authority. We're just using it as a tool. What does take my yoke mean? Matthew 11:9-30, where Jesus take my yoke. To understand this, let's break it down. Jesus invites his listeners to accept his teachings. The yoke imagery suggests working alongside Jesus. Just what is a yoke? So, right, so like this is just as two oxen share a yoke. Jesus implies bear the load with his followers, making it easy. In Aramaic, the language Jesus used, the term yoke, pronounced yira, carried the same metaphorical weight as in Hebrew. His audience in Galilee and farmers, laborers would have instantly understood yoke as a symbol of shared labor and submission to authority. Is a yoke. A yoke is wooden beams or beam. See, I was way off, right? Like yolk from an egg. Nah, it feels silly. It's yoke. It's like a bridle, right, for a horse or whatever. It's like a wooden beam, but like joins two animals together. Frame. All right. Show me what. Well, it wants me to confirm my age here. So I'm going to put I am not over 18. I'm scared of what it's going to show. Oh. Apparently that kicked me out of Grok. Show me a yoke. Beam. All right. Well, I accidentally selected. I selected the wrong age verification. I'm over 18. Got it. Revisit the platform, go to the website, enter the verification extra Grok or notes, check your account profile. All right. Well, not going to jump into my profile settings. We get it. A yoke is that wooden beam. See, we'd be getting off on tangents in here. Hopefully, you're enjoying this. We did pick up some viewers. So, hey, guess what, viewers? We're talking about God. We're in the Word. We're having fun. We just learned what yoke means. It's not like the yolk in an egg. A yoke, what Jesus was referring to here, is share the labor, right? It's a wooden beam that connects two oxen, which allows them to share their labor together. We learn something new every day, and we lost viewers because I hop back into the Word instead of grok age verification, which is funny. Hey, don't just bounce. Don't just leave. Say what you got to say and then go. So I have something to talk about. Anyways, let's go. Let's keep talking. Let's keep going. Hopefully people are enjoying this. I mean, keep getting more and more viewers. So doing something right. All right. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So this wooden beam, right? So take his yoke, share this burden with me. It's easy and the burden is light. So let's back it up here. Let's rewind. Where are we at? All right. So come to me, all you who are wearied and burdened. Take my yoke means take my assistance, right? I'm going to walk this walk with you. We're going to push this forward together. For his yoke, Jesus, is easy and his burden is light. Okay, and then it jumps to Matthew 12:1, which will stop there. So really, you can only know this by trial and error, right? And let's go one passage before. No, we started on 28. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Matthew 11:27. When you find Jesus, or when Jesus finds you, he's almost always going to take you to the Father. He's always going to take you to God. And a lot of people ask me this question. We'll probably save it for another episode because a lot of people love my answer. And I want to share that answer with you. I don't know what episode we're going to drop it on, but we'll get there one day. But what about the people who haven't or never heard the word of Jesus? Does that mean they never got to get to the Father? And I could actually preach on this topic, but I have my view. And a lot of people, when they hear my view, they're like, that makes so much sense. And we'll get there. And we'll get there on these episodes. But we already hit our hour. It's been fun. It's been real. Take your burdens, throw them down, pick up Jesus's yoke, because that life is easy. It's easy. It's peaceful. More easy and more peaceful than what you're doing without him. If you're doing it without him, if you're doing it with them like we are, or a lot of the people here, hey, great. We're doing it together, right? If you're joining this and you're like, hey, I've never done Jesus in this whole walk with God and taking on my burdens and picking up Jesus's yoke and like walking with him and seeing how much easier life is, how much more peaceful it is, it works. It works every time. I can guarantee it. It's like scientific. It works. If you pick up Jesus and you walk with him, it gets better. It gets easier. I've never met someone who it's worked the other way. If you have, drop it in the chat. I'm going to keep saying drop it in the chat till someone drops something in the chat. Don't run away from God. Don't let this podcast steer you away from him. If you don't, it's not even a podcast, it's a live show, right? We leave the episodes up. If you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. If you like it, you like it. If you vibe, you vibe. But before you tune out, hit me up in chat. Not an egg. I never took the time, Amy D, to talk about the yoke, right? Or really analyze what that yoke meant. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's not the yolk of an egg. And I never took the time to analyze it, right? I just heard yoke. But awesome. Well, it's been great. I'm going to drop a track on the way out. Tune in again tomorrow, Friday. Remember, 6:45 Central, 7:45 for you East Coasters, 4:45 for you Mountain Time, 3:45 if you're on the Pacific on the West Coast. But let me go ahead and pull up another track. And thank you for joining us today. We'll be right back tomorrow.
I thought it could win. I throw up a prayer, it's gone with the wind. Okay, in the studio, locked in the gym. Verses they turn into hymns. I got my back, I get bored at the rim. I got my back, so I'm chillin' just like a massage. I've been beefing with General Zod, but I know that my general God. Ain't no hook on this, chillin', just nod. Ain't no book on this, I had to grind. But the book from the Lord in my mind. Know the world to get cold outside, so I cook in my court inside. It's a beat we gon' eat, I'll slide. In the booth we got forks and knives. I'm in Eden, my Lord in the skies. And he knew way before my design, way before I was photo of pride. Take a picture, you'll see the disguise. Ain't no fiction, the truth in the eyes. Promise said that the land was mine, I had to go get it. I saw me a giant, I had to go slay it. Like David Goliath, I had to repay him. He sent me new lines, I had to relay him. But God on my, I gotta re-say him. The father of time, the mastery maker, the Optimus Prime, the Alpha Omega, the master of mind, the galaxy shaker, the one up above, biggest creator. Bright light, flashing, fresh out the tomb like I'm Lazarus. Hop on the beat, I'm spazzing. Gotta make shot like anaphylactic, ayy. They wanna party, I'm crashing. When I pull up my little shawty like that's him, ayy. Link with the source, I'm tapped in. Whole new world, Aladdin. Rappers is Disney, clean them up swiftly. Floors on cocaine, floors on Whitney. I don't play no games, better come get me. Used to bump Tripley, not a boy Big Lee. Verters on white, verters on top flow. Shout out to TJ, shout out to Wild, the way I move weight. Must be a topo. I've been in the gym and I'm tryna get flacco. Might hit the O, pull up on CG, aiming at Eden. I've been in Peachtree, I say my piece and I dish it like Peachtree. Yeah, I'm from Florida, when you need AC. When I say hover, I don't mean Daisy. Hover like Rafa, hover like Nisi, hover like Big Guy ever since BC. When the kid pray, devil get CC'd on. Hey, A2000 EST OCOEE. Hey, speed off, swerving. I'm not a regular person. I find a diamond, she perfect. Plus I do not gotta buy her a Birkin. I learn the way while I'm working. I let them cook little